Good afternoon, all. CamelbackTrading.org coming to you this Tuesday afternoon, April 12th. We're looking at Window Traders Market Profile, SPY IWMN, triple Qs. Boy, oh boy, what a fun little market, right? They let the mindless CPI number take the shorts and rip them apart in A period, only to get right back in late in the day and basically do what we did yesterday. As not only do we go out now with a trend day down like yesterday, we have an outside day down in both ES, SPY, NQ, triple Q. Now, we didn't price probe. We never took out L's low in any of these indices, but we all have two sets of single prints. We were all 6 for 6 wide. Now, Russell and us were 6 for 6 wide, and then absolutely got no, that was it. We bumped our head in H period against the 144, slammed right back down. And finally, when we broke below the lower end of the upper distribution and got into M's range, we took off. So between getting below the 50 and L's low from yesterday, they resumed what they did yesterday. Volume right now, 81 million. Yesterday was, I think, 89. So with the after hours, it should be about the same. So volume continues to go down. The range, though, is spectacular. $9.10, biggest range of the month. So like I've been saying, we cannot complain about ranges. Volume is starting to dry up a bit, but the range has been spectacular. We do have a short week. Remember, there's only 2 more days to go, and Thursday is an options expiration. I had a good day today. I didn't take, somebody in my room was talking to me because I usually tell people in my room exactly, not exactly, but the sizes I'm taking. I don't think I took one trade over 10 contracts today and still had a very good day. The biggest trade I wanted to take was an A period against filling the gap. We never got there, and I was ready to take a 20 lot. So it shows you it doesn't have to be really sizable trades, and you still do well. My first trade of the day actually was turned out to be a loss. So I took a short against yesterday's high, and because a lot of times we have trouble taking out. So when we ripped up, I was like, maybe we don't get it right away. We did. I took it off. Once we got into the gap, I'm like, okay, if we get anywhere near the gap fill, I want to take a 20 lot. Never did, never got it on. So I lost, not a big loss, but I lost on the 446 puts on my first trade of the day. And then we got, then we nailed it pretty good the rest of the day. I did take longs in B period because value went from unchanged to overlapping to higher, back to overlapping to higher, and we closed unchanged on the day. But in B period with higher value, I scalped the 443 calls 3 times. So did well on those. Then in D period, when we had the pull low against C, took a 441 call again. This time the 441s. And then when it went up, I took a short against what was half back at the time, 445 puts. Did nothing in E and F. I'm trying to figure out what this market really wants to do. I took a long in G because I didn't think the single prints were going to hold that we had in F, and they did fill. So those were the 441 calls. In fact, I took those calls a couple times because each push down, we kept going back up to go fill the single prints. So I took advantage of it. I period. I'm sorry, not I. H period. Again, I took a long against the lower end of the upper distribution. We still couldn't break it. So each time we were getting down, like in G and H, I was taking those longs. That was the 440 I went to calls. Then in I was like, okay, we started going, but I said, I'm going to take a trade. Before it started going, I took a trade a couple times. We went back and forth through the 50-day moving average. We kept bouncing off the lower end of the upper distribution, so I took one more call play. Once that game ended and the floodgates opened, said no more longs. I was not looking for a long the rest of the day, and then started looking for shorts. I took shorts. I didn't take any in I, believe it or not, but I shorted J, 442 puts. I shorted K, 441 puts, and I shorted L, 441 puts. I did it like once in J, twice in J, 3 times in K, and once in L. Just kept scalping shorts on every push up because we had single prints. So this, to me, my friends, became a very difficult day to read until later in the day. They ripped up, for whatever reason, on the CPI. For whatever reason. So they took out all the shorts, only not to miss the gap by 19 cents, and then to go back what they were doing later in the day. So it was pretty tough to figure out, for me, A through kind of H. But once I got going, then it became a lot more readable, especially on those shorts in J, K, and L. I didn't do anything in M period, which I generally don't. So it turned out to be a good day. And again, my contracts were all between 5 and 10 all day. But knocked them all over the place, so very happy. Upside, just like yesterday, we had a lot of upside destinations, and they got wiped out. Well, we have them back again. We have 2 sets of single prints. First one is a small one, L's high to I's low, 439.30 to 39, only 9 cents. Then we have J's high to H's low, 440.35 to 441.17. So that's your lower distribution starts at J's high to the day's low. Upper distribution, H's low to the day's high. Then we have the afternoon rally high, H, 442.70. And then today's high at 445.75. And filling the gap at 445.94. 19 cents left on the gap. For the downside, today's low of 436.65. Then we don't have anything to 433.19 daily low. 432.52, 9 wide from March 16th, and then nothing until 424.80 daily low. So once again, remember I said yesterday when we closed, there's nothing below us. Sellers can do a lot of damage. And then look what we did in the morning before they finally got going. Same thing tomorrow. We have today's low. We have another daily low that's $3.50 away. And then another daily low, $8 away. So sellers could really get going if they get their act together. We'll see. And then on the chart, I'll just show you the daily. It's a 2-day balance, but it is an outside day down, so that's bearish. We took out the previous day's high, closed below the previous day's low. So not only do the bears have 2 sets of single prints to lean on, we also have an outside day down. So does triple Qs. Triple Qs took out yesterday's high, closed below yesterday's low, and they never filled their gap either. Now Russell was a little different. Russell, not only, it's not an outside day down, but look what they did today. They took out 3 daily highs. I'm sorry. Yeah, 3 daily highs, missed the 4th daily high by pennies. Look what they did at the 50-day moving average. They hit on it and reversed over $4. But they're backing up 5-day balance right now. So they're a 5-day balance. Russell Q's is a 2-day balance. We're a 2-day balance. Outside day down. And our weekly is still down. Thanks for the likes and subscribing. Hope you had a good day trading. Enjoy your evening, and we'll speak prior to the opening tomorrow.